Welcome back. Hope you had a great Anzac Day holiday and welcome to Niche Living and Jako's Round 6 footy tips. And it starts Friday night at Marvel Stadium. The Pies take on Port Adelaide. Both teams coming off recent wins and in pretty good form. But without no Robbie Gray for Port Adelaide, I think Collingwood will get the chocolates here on a Friday night. 21 points for the Pies. Saturday, 5 games, Super Saturday. Melbourne taking on Hawthorn, the MCG. And the D's, well, Premiership fancies at the start of the year, sitting on the bottom of the ladder. Another loss last week. Take on the Hawks, who had a terrific come-from-behind win down in Launceston against the Blues. I'm tipping the Hawks to continue their form. Over to Canberra, and the GWS Giants take on St Kilda. The form of the Giants this year is hard to deny and go past. Caniglio running through the middle of the ground and their forward line kicking plenty of goals. I'm tipping the Giants to win that game by 25 points. Saturday night footy takes us up to the Gabba, and we start with the young Brisbane Lions up against the Sydney Swans, who are struggling this year, and with no Buddy Franklin, I'll stay with the young Lions to win by 18 points. Down at Marvel Stadium, the Western Bulldogs, struggling in recent weeks, lost to Fremantle here last weekend, take on the rampant Richmond Tigers. Even without all their stars, Richmond seem to get the job done. I think they'll do it on Saturday night at Marvel Stadium by 29 points. Over to Perth to Optus Stadium, and the West Coast Eagles are under enormous pressure in the press during the course of the week. The last 2 weeks haven't been good for them, lost by 58 points to Geelong last weekend. Expect them to bounce back and beat the Gold Coast Suns and have a much needed win to reboot their season, the Eagles to win at home. Sunday sees 3 games, and it's Carlton taking on the bottom of the table North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. And the Blues will be bitterly disappointed after that loss last week against Hawthorn when they were leading all day. Tough game to tip this one because I think North Melbourne can bounce back. I'm going to tip the Kangaroos in a close one. Over to the MCG, and this is the blockbuster, the match of the round. Geelong on top of the ladder take on the Essendon Bombers, who were unlucky in the Anzac clash against Collingwood. Hard to tip this one, but I just think the Bombers can bounce back and burst Geelong's bubble. I'm going to tip Essendon at the MCG by 6 points. Last game of the round takes us to Adelaide Oval, where the Crows take on the much improved Fremantle Dockers. And whilst the Crows have won their last 2 games, I'm just not convinced with their style of play. Tough game, want to see Fremantle win away a little bit more from home. I'm going to tip the Crows, but not with a lot of confidence because Fremantle is certainly on the march. And here's to the top 5 on the AFL ladder after round 6. And it starts with Geelong all by themselves at the top of the ladder, 5 wins and 1 loss, and a very healthy percentage. Followed by Fremantle in second position. Who would have thought? Followed by Collingwood, GWS, Port Adelaide, all 4 teams on 4 wins and 2 losses. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Niche Living and Jako's Footy Tips.